Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the mid-year book freakout tag. As it is June, technically we are halfway through 2020. Thank God we're halfway through 2020. This year has really been a year. Because I'm new on BookTube, newer, I've been here for just over a year now. I filmed this video exactly a year ago, pretty much. Really enjoyed it, so I decided to bring it back around again for an annual thing. And it's halfway through the year. Why not, right? Yes, so I have so far read 65 books this year, and I am ready for this tag. So let's just jump into it. I got my phone, I got my bookshelves around me if I want to go run around and grab some books. So let's just get into it. So the first question is the best book you've read so far in 2020. And I have two that I'm going to mention. So I have my new favorite book of all time, which is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and a fast runner-up, The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. Both of these books spoke directly to my soul. This one spoke to my soul with music. This one spoke to my soul with books. And I just absolutely adore these with all my heart, and I've talked enough about them on my channel, so definitely read these if you haven't, because they are my favorite books. That you will see them again and again and again is when I'm talking about favorite books on my channel. Please read these, they're so good. So the next question is, what is the best sequel you've read so far in 2020? And that's a great question, so I'm just gonna take a quick scroll through my Goodreads to recall all of the sequels that I have read this year. I feel like this year's been a pretty good year for sequels, for me anyways, and a good year for starting a lot of books. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through this and there's a lot of number ones right at the beginning of the year. Just a lot of firsts of series at the beginning of the year. One of the best sequels that I read this year was Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Really loved that one. A Storm of Swords, the third Game of Thrones book, I think is my favorite Game of Thrones book so far. It was so good. What else? I reread Catching Fire, so that one is one of my favorite sequels of all time. And I think what takes the cake is not even in this room, but it is the Lost Hero series. The House of Hades and the Mark of Athena are definitely the sequels that I love the most. Probably that I read this year, besides the Game of Thrones one, but I only have the first book with me in this room. The other ones are in my actual bedroom because they are still on my TBR shelf where I left them. But yes, probably those would be the best sequels that I have read this year so far. So the next question is a new release you haven't read yet but really want to. And I have a whole bunch on my Goodreads list that I'm just gonna list off because I am so excited to get to them when I can. I'm gonna try and only do the ones that are actually released, because if they're not actually released, kind of against the point. I would really love to read Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. I would also really love to read A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. Bethany C. Morrow. Can't say her name properly. It's just like the cover is so eye-catching and the synopsis is so cool. It's like black women mermaids, and it's like I would love to read a story about mermaids. I haven't read a story about mermaids in general ever, so I am very ready for that. Ooh, Beach Read, which I'm going to be reading. This is by Emily Henry. I'm going to be reading that one very soon for the Lovely Ladies Book Club here on BookTube. And I don't know what else I would like to read. There's so many things I want to read. I'm just scrolling through my want to read list going, yes, that one, that one, that one. But yes, so those and many more. Ooh, the next one, actually, it goes with that previous question. It is the most anticipated book for the rest of the year, and I think I'm gonna go into my 2020 releases shelf, if it would let me. I have 3 or 4 really excited ones that I know and I have already pre-ordered. The first one is A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. That is the 4th and final book in the Ember in the Ashes quartet. I'm so excited with that one. I have never read a series or saga like this that is just so high stakes and has like negative arcs in the storylines. Like, you don't have like a win at every end of the book and it like slowly goes up. It's going down with hers and the world is crumbling and it's just fabulously well done. So very excited about that one. That one comes out on December 1st. There's also Kirsten White. Very excited about her second book in the Guinevere Deception duology series. Don't know if it's a duology or a series or a trilogy. We will find out, but I'm very excited for that one. The Camelot Betrayal comes out on November 10th. Very excited about that. If my bookshelf would let me put the book back in, that would be wonderful. There we go. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. That one obviously is on my list. So pumped about it. Comes out October 6th. And A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I'm ridiculously excited about that one. It comes out September 29th. And I'll mention two more. Sky Hunter by Marie Lu comes out September 29th as well. And The Silvered Serpents by Rashani Chokshi. Very excited. Comes out September 22nd. So lots and lots and lots. And I'll mention one more because I'm so excited about this one too. It's The Forgotten Kingdom. It's the second book in the Lost Queen trilogy by Signe Pike. That one comes out September 15th. So ridiculously excited about that one. Okay, so the next one is the biggest disappointment of the year. So throughout the year, even though I've read 65 books, most of them have been pretty good, pretty standard, or they've been, if they've been bad, they've been books that I wouldn't have picked up in the first place, so had really no expectations. But the one book that I do have expectations, that I did have expectations for, was A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. This is the second book in the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, and it just was boring to me, gently disappointing. Yeah, the writing was incredible, and her characters were great, but it just felt like a bridge book to me. It didn't feel good enough for a V.E. Schwab book. But yeah, so this one was definitely a letdown. The next question, number 7, is your favorite new author. Now, I usually don't say like they're my new favorite author until I've read many of their works. And I think a new favorite of mine has definitely been Rick Riordan. Even though I've read his work in the past, he has skyrocketed to one of my favorites this year just because his work is so incredible and he's just such a lovely human being. I just enjoy him so much. Another one would be Brandon Sanderson, because this is the year that I really started delving into his work. I read the monster Way of Kings. Loved it. I have read so far 2 of his Mistborn books, the first 2 of the trilogy, and I've read Skyward, and I plan on reading many more of his books. Really love him. And so those are the 2 like main ones that I've read a lot of their work that are my new favorites for 2020 at least. But the authors that I have come across, read only 1 or 2 of their books, that are now on my radar and I will buy all of their books, or at least try to, are Erin Morgenstern, 150,000%. Marie Lu, I am going to definitely try and read more of her books because her prose is just beautiful. Also Laura E. Weymouth, she wrote The Light Between Worlds, and that is another favorite of mine that I didn't mention earlier, but I would love to read more of her books. She writes softer, quieter books that I just love and would love to get more of her in there. What else? Really, this year has been a year of many new authors that I haven't read before, but also venturing back into authors that I have read before, but no one's really stood out a whole lot besides the ones that I've talked about. So hopefully by the end of 2020 I have a more extensive answer for that question. Question number 8 is my newest fictional crush, and gotta be honest, I don't have one. I'm trying to rack my brain and remember the books that I've read that I loved and have like solid characters in them, and really the only ones I can remember that really made an impact on me are the ones from The Starless Sea and The Kingdom of Back, but none of them were like I would be very super attracted to them or anything. And then like the Rick Riordan ones, but they're all kids in those, so that's kind of problematic. And yeah, and even like if I went into Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, None of those characters really stood out to me. Oh no. No, no. How could I forget? Anna Lightwood. Her. She's my new book girlfriend. I love her with all my heart. Her. Newest fictional crush, Anna Lightwood. My newest favorite character, I have to, again, there's just not one that's super standing out to me. God, who would my new favorite character be? This is just gonna be a video of me scrolling through Goodreads for hours. Hours. New favorite character. Okay, a few of my new favorite characters, besides the ones that besides Anna Lightwood, because she's just incredible, from the Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. I think Zachary Ezra Rollins from Starless Sea for sure. We have Leo from the Heroes of Olympus series. He is incredible. Crackfire. Love him. I would say maybe Vin from Mistborn as well. And I think last would probably be Sophie from the Grand Sophie. She is just incredible and super awesome and super just, she has a personality where she just kind of commands a room, but like is kind of laissez-faire about it. She just kind of goes and does what she wants, even though society is like, don't do that. It's the 18th or the 19th century. Don't do that. And she's just like, but I can. I'm a woman. I can do what I want. I love her. So yeah, definitely probably her as well. The next question number 10, what is the book that made you cry last? And I will have to say the Mark of Athena, because that cliffhanger literally killed me. And I knew going into the Heroes of Olympus series what was going to happen between those two characters at the end of Mark of Athena. And I just didn't want to put myself through that. And then I did, and then I was very sad, and it's all fine now, but like, that one definitely was the last one. But books make me cry all the time, so that's kind of a question that's just like, what book doesn't make you cry? Because there aren't many that don't make me cry at least a little bit, or get like a little bit emotional. The last book that made me happy was definitely The Grand Sophie. That one had me laughing the entire time. I had a stupid smile on my face the entire time, and the ending was just nuts. So definitely pick it up if you want to read something that wild. It has a flavor of Jane Austen, but the writing is a little bit easier to get through if you're not used to classics. So Georgette Heyer's books, check them out if you want to kind of dip your toe into classics. Number 12 is the favorite book to movie adaptation you saw this year? No, I have! I was gonna say I don't think I have. Emma! The new Emma movie! Absolutely incredible! I love that movie so much. It made my love for the book just like expand outwards and is so fabulous, and the aesthetic is incredible. The new Emma movie. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it, please. It's so funny and so good. This link that I have for the questions is from 2015 and it is an actual blog post. But I think it's like my favorite video that I've done this year. And my favorite video that I've done this year, I've done a few that I really, really enjoy. A few that I can think of are probably my Hunger Games video, because that reopened up my love for that trilogy. The Chain of Gold reading vlog as well, and I think, what was another one that I really, really enjoyed doing? And I think it was my first writing experiment video. I can't remember if I did that in December or like January, February, but I'm gonna count it anyways because I really enjoyed filming that one as well, because it was such an interesting way to do like a writing experiment. I basically let my books choose my writing prompts, which was really fun. Alright, so the next question is, what is the most beautiful book I bought so far this year? This year I've been trying to keep back on buying books as much as I can. I'm trying to keep my hauling a lot lower so I save a little bit more money, and I'm just being more conscious because I have so many hundred books on my shelves that it's literally terrible. So, but two of them, one of them is sitting here, and I've talked about it previously, is The Kingdom of Bag. This is probably one of my favorite covers ever. Just the detail of this book, it's just incredible, incredible, incredible. But the next one I think is probably the most recent one I've hauled, which is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. The book is currently upstairs because I'm reading it right now, but this cover is just beautiful. So if you like the gold embossing and the silver embossing, and the girl is just stunning. Her hair is so pretty, and there's just such beautiful design, and her dress is gorgeous, and oh, I love it. And the spine is pretty, and on the actual hardcover, these dots are also on the hardcover spine, which is really, really cool. And even the back has like a mandala effect. Oh, love. Question number 15 is, what books do I want to read this year, or prioritize basically for the rest of the year? I have so many, but I would personally like to prioritize a few more books by more nonfiction, because I'm trying to educate myself in this world, and I feel like my nonfiction reading has been very lax. So I would like to prioritize a few of those. I would love to prioritize more classics, but other than that, really, every unread book on my shelves. Every unread book. I just hauled this one today. In fact, it came in the mail, and I'm going to be doing a video with this in it soon. Secret-y video, but you get to see the book anyways. This is The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. And I would love to prioritize this one as well, because I'm going to read it like in a week. But yes, so many books on my shelves, as we all know. That's it! That's all the questions for the mid-year book freakout tag, and I am so happy I got to revisit this video and see what has changed and what I have on my shelves and what I've read that I loved and what I've read that just, you know, it's a good video to examine your reading and your shelves, at least. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Do all that stuff that YouTube tells you to do, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Join my little corner of booktube, and I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.